Hi there, I'm Chris Lowry, I'm a GP in Warrington, and it's election week, so I thought I would give you 5 reasons, why I am voting for Labour. Let's go to it. Number 1, support for the NHS. So the Tories can say, oh yeah, we're going to give loads more funding. For example, we're going to have 50,000 more nurses. But then you realise that Boris has already come out saying, well, that figure was a bit wrong and they're not quite sure. Nurses is a good example, okay? The Tories got rid of the bursary. Now, for those of you who don't really understand, the bursary is like a load of extra funding that means that you don't have to pay the fees that would be required to go to university. But the reason that nursing needs a bursary is nursing is not normal university. Nursing is not a media studies degree, okay, or an English degree or a history degree where you go to loads of lectures and actually you've got 3 years of learning. Nursing, really quickly, you end up on the wards doing the work. Nursing is a practical vocational degree. And so you're basically working as a free nurse for 3 years. Would you want to pay £9,000 every year to do that? No. Okay. Do we need nurses? Yes. Do we need to encourage people to become nurses? Yes. Is getting rid of that bursary a really good way of scuppering the NHS? Yes. So one reason I think you should vote Labour is because Labour will actually invest in the NHS. 2, an actual solution to Brexit. Yay! Thing is, loads of people like to talk about how Brexit is getting rid of Brexit would be undemocratic and all those things. And I hear that and I agree. Okay, but let me tell you what Brexit is at the moment. Brexit is me saying to you, would you like some cake? It's going to be a lovely chocolate cake. Would you like a lovely chocolate cake? And then when it comes around to giving you the chocolate cake, I give you a mince pie. And you say, well, thanks for the mince pie, but I thought I asked for cake. And there's lots of people saying, well, I didn't want any kind of cake. Okay, so the democratic thing to do would be at that point, once we've worked out what the cake's going to look like, saying, okay, I've made it for you. Is this what you wanted? I mean, here's a question for you. If you think that another referendum, okay, a people's vote, if you think it's undemocratic, let me ask you, why? If we have another vote and Brexit passes and we go with that New Deal, well, that's democracy. If we have another vote and everyone says, no, I don't want that, that's democratic. Like, I don't really understand. But also what this means is the people like me who didn't want Brexit, if we have another vote, okay, and now everyone understands that we're getting a mince pie, I hope we do get a mince pie. Mince pie's good. But now everyone understands that if we have another vote and that passes, I'm going to stop arguing. Okay, I'm going to say, okay, fair enough. We knew what we were getting for, and clearly everybody wanted it this time. Number 3 is trust and honesty. Now, I am not saying that any political party or campaign is perfect. I think we all agree in a sort of tired sort of way that the best you can really hope for is sort of fine. But the way that the Conservative Party have been handling this election campaign is ridiculous. From fake Labour manifesto websites, intentionally trying to mislead people, okay? From renaming their Twitter account to make themselves look like they're a fact-checking website when it's actually just anti-Labour propaganda. There was one article I read that's analysed all of the adverts being used on social media. Let me just read you 2 bits, okay? So this is what they said about the Tories, okay, the Tory adverts. 88% of the adverts feature claims which have been flagged by fact-checking organisations as not correct or not entirely correct. Okay, and about the Labour Party, it couldn't find any misleading claims. So I am not saying that the Labour Party is perfect. What I am saying here, is that the Tories are being rubbish, and we deserve better than that from our government. Number 4, the environment. I think most of us would agree, most of us with a brain, that the Earth is in pretty sorry state. It's having pretty significant issues, mostly caused by humans. And we, as humans, need to work together to sort it out. And the problem here, okay, is that the Tories' track record over the last 10 years is not good. Okay, so, I mean, we talked about honesty before. pausing fracking just before the election, yeah, that's just pretending that you're not going to frack and then fracking again straight away after, or practically getting rid of the regeneration tariff. So there was a point where you were incentivized to buy solar panels for your house, but that's gone. Let's just use coal power plants. That'll be fine. A Friends of the Earth study had a look at all of the different parties, and basically their summary was that the Liberal Democrats, the Labour Party, the Green Party, there's some good stuff. Not brilliant, not perfect, but some good stuff. And the Tories, there's just not really anything. So if you want to look after the environment, why not vote for anyone except the Tories? Number 5 is a hard one. Okay, I've tried to give you quite a lot of specific examples and facts and figures, and I've put links to them in the description of this video. But this one is about the Labour tagline, for the many, not the few. And I think I've been pretty clear. I don't think Labour are perfect. I don't think any political party is perfect. But when there's a guiding ethos, which is the idea that our society exists not for rich people or poor people or immigrants or people who like Brexit or people who hate Brexit or anything like that, it's about everyone pulling together. It's about a society for the many, not the few, for the average person on the street to be better off, to be healthier, to be listened to be heard. Okay, I believe that voting Labour isn't going to solve all the world's problems, but it's probably going to give you more of a chance of a Britain, okay, a Britain where the poor are looked after, okay, where the hungry are fed, okay, where the sick, okay, are looked after for free without having to pay extra money to get the top quality of care. Okay, it's a place where families, okay, will be supported financially and with childcare, and it's where children will be able to go to good schools, and it's where nurses will be able to get paid properly, okay, and teachers won't have to buy books out of their own money. My belief is that if you vote for Labour, you might not get everything you hope for, but ultimately you're voting for an idea, and that idea is that our country exists for the many and not for the few. And that sounds pretty good to me. Vote Labour.